Once you're in the cPanel of the T server or the hosting service, you will want to make a database. So if you scroll down, you want to go to this database section and go to My SQL Databases. Now there's a lot of user IDs and passwords that you're going to have to keep track of, so I recommend that you write those down. First of all, there's the user ID and password and the URL that you'll need to get into to get to the cPanel. So your user ID is your first name, last initial, and here you can see it here. And your password to access the cPanel is your student ID number. In order to access the cPanel, you want to go out to the URL https, your first name, last initial, T South Central EDU, and here's the key. You have to put in :2083. That goes in a specific doorway that the server is checking to see who's coming in. All right, so write those down and label those clearly that those are to access or get to the cPanel. Now, you're going to have a set of usernames and database names for the database. So I would recommend using WordPress as your username and WordPress as your database name. That way, when you see those files or are working with your files, you'll recognize that this is for your WordPress setup. Also, mark these clearly that they're for your database because that's separate from your cPanel access. So let's go into creating a database. And because everybody's databases is stored in a common area, what the cPanel does is it takes your user ID, which is unique for everybody, and an underscore, and puts it in front of your database name. So here we're going to create our database. We're going to call it WordPress, and I'm keeping it all lowercase. And I'm going to say created a database. So here's the name of our database. So write this down: Pedro J, or your first name, last initial, underscore, and then WordPress. All right, we go back. And you can see that I've already created a thing for a program called Drupal, so I know that's my Drupal database. Now I need to make a username. Now I could use Pedro J Drupal if I want, but that gets a little confusing. So I'm going to make a new user. I'm going to call that user WordPress. And again, we're doing our prefix here so it knows. And then I'm going to use my password. And you can use your student ID or you can use any password you want. And you notice it automatically checks the string. So I'm using a capital letter, lowercase letters, numbers, and a special character. So now I have that. Write down that password so you don't forget it and clearly label it that it's your database password. So we'll create the user. So now we have a database, and you can see my password right there. And now we have to connect the two. So we're going to scroll all the way down. Here you can see we have our database, but there's no user connected to it. So we're going to scroll all the way down, and we're going to set up the user WordPress with the database WordPress. So you see how those two fit together. And make sure you click the Add button. Now when you do this, you're going to get your privileges up. And there's certain privileges that you don't need, but for your test example, we're not going to be worried too much about security. We worry more about access right now. So we're going to say all privileges. If you make a live website, there's a few of these that you want to turn off. But don't worry about that now. So we'll make our changes. We'll go back. And now you can see that we have our database WordPress is tied in with our user WordPress, and you know the user ID and the password to access this. So that's all you need to know for setting up a database. In the next video, we'll show you how to install WordPress, and it will use the information you've written down and automatically install WordPress.